Hey everyone, this is episode number 4. This time me and Aksh, we wanted to do some outdoor activities. So I decided to get in touch with a really good friend of mine, Rob, and his son, Max. And our plan is this time we will spend a couple of days with them in a beautiful farm and learn some survival skills and tools from them. So I'm hoping you'll like what you see. Thank you. So here's the thing, when I decided I'm going to travel, I decided that I'll have a box with all the Indian spices. All the most common ones. And I think some of them probably you also use, but not all of them. And the idea is, you travel, I've got this cooker, which is the traditional Indian thing. So I'm putting in the dried onion. I'm gonna have to turn. This is kind of a quick. Can I take some water in something?
That's that lamp.
Where's the lamp?
Are you looking forward to the marshmallows more than the mutton? I'm glad to see you still in just a t-shirt, same as me. You haven't resorted to a jumper yet.
Since we're cooking on open fire, the mutton is taking longer than usual. In the meantime, Rob suggested trying some of his cigars.
Too windy for smoke rings. So when you start to get used to it as well, you go up a cigar. I mean, these are honey ones that Rob brought me back from Turkey. They're absolutely delicious.
So these are never meant to be inhaled?
No.
Never? There is no cigar which is ever meant to be inhaled, yeah?
No. Try a lug of this one.
Because I always used to do that.
So they're always wet on the end. You're always, wetting them. And lick your lips now. Lick your lips. Taste the honey.
Yeah, it's a little bit sweeter.
Yeah.
How I used to do.
Don't show me. Don't take it down.
Yeah. It's more manageable, honestly, compared to what I used to do. And this, how is this one different to that one?
So that's just like a little, almost like a cigarette style cigar. So if I go on holiday through duty free, I buy a box of 20 of them, whatever, and during a 2-week holiday, I'll have one a night and stuff like that while I'm out. I don't smoke them often, but like Christmas, holiday. Camping, holiday, things like that.
But you don't smoke cigarettes, do you?
Nah.
See, this is the only choice to smoke, for you?
I probably couldn't smoke a cigarette if I tried to. I used to smoke for years, but I probably couldn't even smoke a cigarette if I wanted to nowadays.
So, what's the favourite cigar you've ever smoked? Like the best of all time?
So yeah, my mum and dad, they went on holiday to Cuba, and they brought me back a box of Cohibas from Cuba, the ones that are apparently rolled on a virgin's thigh, and they had to go and sort of meet some guy in a restaurant somewhere or a cafe somewhere, and he sort of sold them to them under the table and all that, and they're immense. I took some.
Is that a true story?
Yeah, they got them and they brought them back in like a big wooden box, 2 rows of 13, 26 of them, and when I went to Borneo, you were allowed one luxury item in the jungle. So I took cigars. So I took a cigar holder with these three of these cohibas.
So this is when Rob did the trip to Borneo, yeah? But how do they check? Like you're only allowed one luxury item?
Well, because you're only allowed to take your so you have a normal kit bag and then you just have a rucksack of stuff that you take into the jungle. So it's your hammock, your sleeping bag, you know, your basic clothes, stuff like that, and then one luxury item. So a lot of people chose coffee. You know, I chose cigars.
What did Tara choose?
Tara chose coffee. So have you ever prepared any game, any...
No, the only game, if you call it a game, would be the last time when we went with the...
You did the fish, the mackerel.
Fish. Yeah, we caught it like...
That's not game, that's fish. That's easy.
Yeah, but that's...
One slit, tip it out.
That's the closest.
Dinner time. This is the first time for Rob and Max, both of them trying goat meat. Let's see how they find it.
That's fine.
So I should have like some sack paneer in here, Anuj, and some onion bhaji.
I'm just going to put some spoons here in the middle, yeah? Good with the rice. Otherwise it'll start sticking. You want to sit on this? You can sit on this if you want. If you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm just going to spare it, you know, everywhere. There's a flat one like this. Actually, I know you just want gravy, so I'll just give you gravy.
So you have spare spoon?
Yes, we have a lot of spoon, yeah?
Oh, okay, cool.
But I think it takes a bit.
Chicken! Let you cool down.
We need little bit of salt.
Only my second experience.
Bro, is it in here?
Definitely my best experience. Water, you got vodka. Water?
Yeah, I'll take one. Yeah. I'm gonna keep the salt out.
Oh my god, that's good.
Lamb versus goat. Now, maybe it's too early to ask. Have stomach full, and then I want to know your opinion, like in terms of the texture and everything.
So lamb is my least favourite meat.
Okay.
So I would have, you know, chicken, beef, pork, everything before lamb. I find lamb very fatty. The taste is all right, very fatty.
End of the day, time to sleep. Kind of looking forward to check out Rob's kit tomorrow morning.
Right, guys. I was always interested in weapons, and Rob is one of the person that I know who has got quite a few amount of kit, and he's got some of it for us, and he will run us past how everything works. Before we get into detail, I just want to clarify that none of this is loaded, and this is all for educational purposes. Rob, over to you.
Okay, so we were talking about coming and shooting with axe. So I bought a couple of sort of just little BB pellet guns. One's spring powered, two are gas powered, but they're just sort of what we call plinkers for target shooting cans, shooting targets, things like that. So I just bought some like little light ones and stuff that axe will be able to handle. So this one first is...
So it's something like this oxygen handle, not a problem.
Yeah, I mean if you feel it, it's made of plastic. It's like a toy gun.
Yeah, actually. This is like you said for target practice.
Yeah, so this is spring powered. It fires just like a steel ball bearing, like a little ball bearing. It's got numerous safeties, so it's pump action, but you can't pump it without operating this safety first, which releases the pump. One pump, it's loaded, then you have to push the second safety before you can fire it.
Okay, so there's
one shot, short range, low power, just for shooting tin cans and you know.
How far this can go, like from here?
Probably about 20 feet, something like that.
Okay.
It's, you know, I mean, it's not very powerful. It's literally just almost one step up from a toy gun. It's just for sort of a bit of fun, but very light.
Very light, yeah. See.
This one is sort of what you'd call the next level up.
Yeah.
This one is made of metal. It's gas powered, so there's no, it's just charged, ready to go each time. You put like a cartridge in it with a ball bearing in the end of the cartridge, so it looks like you're putting bullets into it, but it's just, again, it's just steel ball bearings, and you just cycle it, pull the trigger, and it just keeps, it ejects the shell, fires the next one, ejects the shell, fires the next one.
So
So
what pushes the shell? Like
the gas in
gas,
the gun.
so gas canister kind of.
Yes, so you'd put a gas canister in here.
Can I hold?
Yeah, so this one's heavier,
Okay.
but
can
I,
you just-
I just bought that because of the cycling action of that one. So
Okay. So this is. Yeah.
yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah, so that would, boom, eject the shell, cycle the next one.
How much something like this would cost?
That was about 200 quid, I think.
It's heavy, isn't it?
Yeah.
What brand is this?
I don't know. It's just like a replica of like a Wild West Winchester under-over cocking gun, underlever.
Okay.
So it's, you know, it's not really whoever just makes the
Nice.
replica. It's not a known make, if you like. And then you just progress to this. So this is a pellet
This
gun.
looks cool.
Yeah. So this fires a pellet rather than a ball bearing. But again, this is gas powered. So the barrel can be removed and have a pistol barrel in it, and you can take the stock off, so it's just like a pistol. Where you put the longer barrel in for accuracy, the stock for stability, and this has got a real decent long range scope. This is very accurate, very powerful.
How far this can shoot?
I could probably shoot a 5p piece at a good couple of 100 feet with that.
That is quite good, isn't it?
Yeah,
5
it's-
pence is like.
Very
Best, yeah.
accurate. So I took that to my sisters,
That's good.
and my sisters' kids were all in a competition with each other. And we put, I think it was pennies. We put pennies at the end of the garden, 3 pennies, and they had 3 shots each to see who could get them. And we went right the way through the whole thing 3 times before people started missing them. They were hitting every penny every time, so it was,
Even the kids.
yeah, the kids, yeah.
This is quite well built, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good quality gun.
How much is this for?
That, with the scope on it as well, probably about 280, something like that. I can't really remember what I paid for. But
You
I
don't
had-
need license for these guns, isn't it?
No,
these
no,
are
no,
just
these
air
are
guns.
just air guns, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything up to 12 foot-pound is you just buy an
Okay.
air gun. But obviously, there's rules you have to follow. You can't fire a gun unless you know what's behind the target you're shooting. You can't fire a gun in public land. Things like that, you know, there are rules you have to follow. You couldn't just take this to the park or to the woods.
And start shooting. Unless you have the permission from the owner.
Well, the woods would be public land. You can't just
Okay.
take them. You would have to take it to private land and have the permission of the owner. You could fire it in your garden or, you know, your own land. That's literally the limit to it. So
Okay. So which is why I guess none of this will be using today. Because
No,
we
no,
don't
no.
have the place and the permission.
yeah, so you can't use them here. It's a public campsite. So
Okay.
So yeah, so we just bought them
Just to get an
to
idea.
show.
It's always good to
yeah,
know.
yeah. And like
I
you
like
say,
this one. This
what we
is-
can do, we can go to the gun
shooting
shop
range,
where
yeah.
where you
Ronnie?
Ronnie's
Ronnie's
Jones,
Jones,
yeah, we can go there. We can go on the shooting range and you can fire the guns there.
Would be nice.
That's a good place you can use them.
Okay.
But yeah, you can't just bring them out in public
Makes sense.
and shoot them. Yeah.
Nice.
And then
Right, what's next?
This is what you wanted to have a go with. So these are the throwing axes. You've got 3 main types of the hatchet tomahawk type. So that is your front, you know, your Wild West, Native American, Indian hatchet throwing one. This is the Norse bearded hatchet. And that one is what they call the Pioneer. So it's got a hammerhead on the back end. That one's really quite heavier than the others.
Okay.
Feel the weight on one end of that?
Yeah.
It's the weight of these that makes them spin. So when you go to throw one, you're not trying to spin it, you're not trying to put a flick on it,
It's just the weight.
you just let it go and,
Yeah.
and the weight will make it rotate, yeah.
Yeah, this one's heavy, but I guess it's because of the extra
So
one.
yeah, I mean that one again, it's got a bigger head, so it's heavier than that one, and that one's heavier because it's got the hammerhead on it. But they're very easy to throw. It's a simple technique. I can show you later when we go to the woods.
So I just want to show like the heads are different. The question I have is, do you know like the background as to what is the benefit of each kind of head? Like with this one, so Norse over
So
Indian?
a Norse axe,
Yeah.
again, it's used as a tool. So although you know you see a Viking film and they have these small axes and they throw them and they use them as weapons, but they use them as a tool. They use them for forestry and you know.
Okay.
So it is a tool. It's for cutting wood as well as a weapon. Same with this. This is a tool. It's got a hammerhead on the back and a hatchet.
It's a two-sided, yeah.
Yeah, it's why it's called a pioneer axe. The people that go forward in the wilderness would use this to, you know, chop and hammer and build things. It's a tool.
Okay. Cool. I mean, we've got two fancy ones.
Yeah. So this is again a bit of a glorified. This is like what they call an SOG hatchet. This is like an American Special Forces. And that's what SOG means, Special Operations.
Oh, SOG.
So, you know, is a handle there for using it for close work. It's got a pickaxe on the back. You know, it's a multi-tool again. If you were behind, you know, out in the wilderness, you know, you use it to survive, but we can throw that one as well. That again's got quite a heavy head.
Yeah.
Because
looks
it's double-ended.
Nice. But it looks a little bit scary though, compared to this one.
Yeah, certainly looks a lot more dangerous, doesn't it?
Which one is your favorite out of these? Like if you had to pick one axe.
Probably just the standard tomahawk.
Okay.
Like you say, it's the lightest one. It's probably the easiest one to throw. And then we got a little one for axe later on.
That's nice.
Just it's like a
That looks cool. He's gonna like it.
still sharp, but
Yeah.
you know it's not heavy. It's not like these with a big heavy head. It's one piece metal through the body, so he can use it sort of easily.
Just a piece of information. Aksh got his first knife also from Rob. This was when he did the survival course.
The bushcraft, yeah.
Yeah, and now he's getting his first axe as well. It's cool. Thanks. All right, so I think if we find, of course, in order to do the axe throw, which we wanted to do, we need to have permission on the private land. We do not have it here, so we will be going in the forest.
Yeah.
If we find a suitable spot, safe, we might try them, yeah?
We'll go and have a look. We'll do the bivouac.
Okay.
And if
Yeah.
when we're there,
Yeah.
it's secluded enough and there's no people about, then we can have a go. Yeah.
Cool.
We can try these.
Just one more thing, because bivouac we have discussed. Can you explain what bivouac is? Like, what are we
A bivouac
attempting here?
is like a shelter you make out in the wilderness, made from natural materials. So you know, if you were surviving, you know, you could build a shelter for the night. So basically, you have a central spur, and then you use sticks to build a frame, and then you cover the frame from the ground up with clumps of ferns. So you know, like roof tiles, then rain would run off the ferns, and you would be dry and happily inside.
Okay.
But we just have a go. We used to make them with the scouts, so we go and make one with Axe and see how we get on.
Look, sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Looks nice.
Come on up the mountain. Set yourself free. Set yourself free. Come on up the mountain. Boy, listen to me. Come on up.
Right, time to try some axe throwing now. We're going to be walking around in the forest, hopefully find a suitable place where we can try it.
Set yourself free. Boy, set yourself free.
So, when you're axe throwing, it's more about the distance from your target. When you throw an axe, it does what's called a cycle, so it will fully rotate in the air, and you want the head to hit your target. It's not how hard you throw it, it's the distance. When you throw it, it will automatically go into a cycle, but you just got to be the right distance away. If you're too close or too far away, it will go over one cycle or not quite one cycle, and the handle will hit or something like that. So when you throw one, you hold it right at the end, so my hand is flush with the end. When you throw it, this part of your arm is 90 degrees, and you bring just the forward part of your arm forward, bang, and I would let go of it at that point. I'm not trying to point the axe. I'm not trying to spin it. I'm literally holding on to it and letting go at that point. See, we're pretty far away, I think. Yeah, let's get rid of that bit of tree as well. See, the handle's hitting each time.
This one.
That one.
Length distance from there.
That one. Wait, get that one.
Yeah. Like slamming your hand on the table, bang, and let go. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. We're going to try it from there. Right, so what you're doing is pointing your elbow at the stump. When your hand is straight, you just let go. Okay? 3, 2, 1, go. So one more step, a little bit forward. All right, so we go. So elbow up. When your arm is straight, bang, like banging on the table, you just let go. Go. 90 degrees and let go when your arm's straight. Yes. Like that, you're still going back over your shoulder.
Too high.
Yes.
We got it on the camera.
That's worth the whole weekend. Yes.
Maybe that's.
Come on, come on. He's just taking the lead. He's got 3 points now.
Nice.
That was over touch.
Yes.
That counts?
Yeah, that's stuck in. Whatever that was is dead.
I'm actually
Watch
scared
your back with this one, yeah. Throw it harder. Arm up and then throw it hard out the tree. Go. Hey!
That's difficult to actually. Wow. Let's go. Ash, 3 more goes and then we'll back up. Come on.
Shall I get it out for you?
Yeah. I think actually, Ash, I'll do it. Wait.
Yeah,
good
just
call,
because
good
the
call,
sharp
yeah.
end's sticking out.
I got 3 chances.
Oh.
All right. Final one.
Yeah.
Final one.
Go and get it. Just got to go a little bit further forward. If I move the stick to there, now stand behind the stick. Try it from there. Yeah!
That's the perfect one.
I see you dancing, Rosalita, Lita. I'm at your window tonight. Go tell your daddy that I need you. I don't care if it's alright.
Right guys, we're done with the axe throw and now everyone's hungry, so we're gonna head for some lunch and then we'll come back again to try the big rack.
We hit this other one. Patchroos, when they get a bit older, in the old days, animals used to nest in them and live in them because they were warm. So the heat from the house is there, the stove going and stuff like that, they'd be warm. And then when the roofs got a bit rotten, they used to fall through into the house. And that's where the saying raining cats and dogs comes from. I've heard of that. Fall through the patchroos.
Big burger.
Can potentially do here.
Oh, brilliant.
As soon as I got a signal, because we still waiting for refurb for those, because we said, oh, do you know what, it's every summer. Because they wind up the next year. Yeah, I'm picking up the signal.
That's good news.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, is that me? Yeah. I'll stick that. I'm happy.
Yay.
It's my dinner. Why not? It's got this living in your eye. Yes, you did, bro.
That's it, Anuj.
My daddy's not a meanie.
I haven't had the fish yet. It looks beautiful. Let's see.
Had the fish.
What's that? Crispy.
That's top, boys. Yeah. Yeah, there was, mate. Thank you. Pumpkins as well, they put sweet stuff in them, they still have it as they
What
put
is
it
with
in.
the sweet stuff that goes in? Like what is max or rub?
What is that? Well, my dad could be his dad.
Right, everyone's full now. Heading back to the forest for building the shelter.
Log in it. Yes, it's like up at an angle, or you know, a broken branch on a tree that's already at an angle, and you go on both sides of it. You make like a triangular shelter.
Using that broken branch.
This one they've used the base of a fallen tree already. So if we pull all this stuff off and put it to the side without breaking it, we can reuse that. And what you've got here in the middle is like your natural entrance down. So rather than going on one end, they've gone down in the middle. So if we start either side with the longest ones and work out, and then obviously they can get smaller on the ends as it comes in tight. The log into the front of it.
That's actually nice as well.
Yeah, so I mean that one might actually look better than this one.
Yes.
So we
I
could
think
just
so.
take these sticks,
And then
like
move
Max
them there.
says, take these round there and use that.
I think that's a better idea. This was a good call actually. Were you thinking we were gonna do this?
Yeah. Well, so at the last minute I went back and got all the stuff because we had a limit on I bought you special little gloves.
You got the best color. What do you call that?
That's a clearing tool or bill hook. Really sharp. There's another saw. That's a saw.
Okay.
Here.
Heavy. Stuff. It's mine's loose, so they're supposed to be loose.
Alright.
Trying to change my mind.
Are we taking these big ones to the other side? Yeah. Yeah?
I'm praying you come
Big one to the other side.
Yeah, you start with these ones on the corner, right? The left one.
Well, you've got to go on the log, so I would have taken around that way.
Okay.
Now I'm going to clear out the base underneath where the shelter's going to be. So I'll clear out all the logs, the sticks, the twigs, the stuff that's built up in this ditch. And when we build the shelter, we can just put a layer of leaves in the bottom and it'll be nice and soft and safe to sort of climb inside of. Max select ones for you from here. Yeah. You just try and keep this. Doesn't matter if they end up further back or whatever, but you want to try and keep the ends in one place and the arcs. Doesn't matter where they go after that.
It doesn't really matter that side.
Started coming in a lot. Look where these ones are. Look back here.
Oh, okay.
You're gradually coming into. You're making the shelter inside smaller.
Oh, got it.
There's a dog! There's a wild dog!
And what I'll do is I'll leave
I
that
flip.
bit.
It's very important to listen to the instructions. That's not safe. Stay there. Okay. Perfect size. Are we on the shorter ones? Not yet.
You can fall.
Those are part of the
Good.
You know, there we go. Further into the middle.
Okay. Do you think you're gonna need a little bit more, isn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah, okay,
You want
cool.
The same again.
We'll go for-
Careful, actually, don't want to land on it because the end of all the sticks are right by your feet. Inside it.
Yeah.
And
I think this is the last lot.
Yeah.
After that, we 5 cozy in there. Max, how many times you have done this with me? You've got a door as well. Think you got some drone shots of it?
The 5-star.
I just wonder, like, what would have made this happen? Show you actually.
just so the root ball's shallow. See how big the tree is, but how small the root ball is.
Yeah.
So the wind's blowing it or something, it's just top heavy.
Yeah.
Food and drinks only for people inside.
What's your drinks? Because I'm thirsty.
Oh yeah.
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 Getting in, mate.
This is here. Can you fit in here? Yeah, that's good. Because other people can come in. Back?
Have a little picnic.
No
Banana?
bananas for me, thank you. Daddy, open.
What? Pardon?
Quite big. I mean, you've got a slope on that side. You wouldn't normally do that.
And
Have you-
I'm hungry.
So what are you saying?
You think you can do this by yourself now that you've seen everything?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, they're called tuck sandwich. Help yourself out. I've even got a coffee. There's not going to get much wind down here.
Oh, do you have to stay on the mountain?
Well, I thought you could do the pub tonight.
I don't know what that is.
The shelter thing was siding. Now we need to go get back to the farm to do the packing and leaving early next morning.
How are you?
After, of course, trying Rob's delicious breakfast.
One of the items of the English food that I like.
Take the next.
Breakfast, yeah. Fish and chips?
Good morning.
Morning, mate. How you doing?
Morning.
Good morning.
I think Max is still tired. He'll wake up in some
Max is not a morning person.
All right.
Very good. Yeah. Very quick. It just wipes clean. Done.
Are you able to find it? No. If you can't find it, then not doing it. Stop asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be my favourite
Yeah.
meal today.
It's
Yeah.
dinner and breakfast.
Yum. Mm-hmm.
Chef's got the biggest roll. Red sauce?
No, thank you.
You want to see how it tastes? That's a big bite. No, I'm fine, mate. This looks nice.
Jake, butter on your roll?
Yes, everything in it, please. Thank you so much.
Time to go back home. The slow motion walk.
Man, I've been away for a long time. Had to go meditate, get a strong mind. Tell them
Alright guys, so this marks the end of this trip. It's Sunday morning. We guys have all packed up and we are about to leave. I just wanted to have a conversation with Rob and Max. Tell them thanks. Basically, spending this weekend with me and Aksh. We learned quite a few skills. And I'm sure we will plan something in the next 3-4 months again with these guys. Rob and Max, how did you find it?
Yeah, good. I mean, I've always loved the outdoors, so to sort of take someone fresh and show them some, some fire lighting and some shelter building and some sort of basic stuff I used to do at the Scouts with the guys there. I love doing that. I love sharing my knowledge, and it's a pleasure. You want to learn, you're keen. Yeah, we've had good fun, haven't we? So
much.
No worries. No worries.
Max?
I think it's good that I learned it from a young age, and you all showing action, taking axe away and having good weekends, and really enjoyed the axe throwing. Hopefully I might win next time.
What age were you when you started learning?
Probably about 7 or 8.
Yes, similar age.
Yeah.
Alright. Aksh is seriously looking forward to go on future trips with you, especially after he got the axe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
We've got to practice now in the garden.